every day something is changing. There are different statistics. There are better ways to write offers than we would have thought about the day before.
So how did you get started? How did you find your brokerage? How did you decide this is the broker I want to be with and this is the team that I want to be on?
So when I got into the business, I already had connections to the real estate world. My dad's been in the business for over 20 years. So I didn't interview any brokers. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't. I just already had that connection. I grew up around this office. I know and love everybody here. And I knew that this is somewhere I could call my home. What about you?
So, me, I did not have any connections in real estate whatsoever.
Not any?
Not well. And I'm getting to that point is I actually met your dad as I was working in my previous job, real estate, and he suggested I interview with Keller Williams, who is the brokerage that currently sponsors us. Specifically though, he had just joined a team, the Hurt Group, which you had also just joined.
Yes.
I didn't really know you yet personally, but they suggested that I interview with the Hurt Group under Keller Williams, which is the overall brokerage, and that's how I decided that I wanted to be on this team. Now, you and I didn't interview with 2 or 3 brokerages.
No.
But you found the personal connection.
Yeah, so if you don't have that personal connection, I definitely recommend, here's the thing. There's not any set number of brokers you should interview with. I know there's a lot of them out there, but I would say average 3. You want to interview 3 different brokers to find your right fit. You want to make sure you connect with them, that your personal values align with the broker that you're going to choose, because more than likely you're going to be here for a while and you want to make sure you can call it your home.
Right, you're going to start training with them. You're going to start investing time with this brokerage, so you want to make sure that you make the right decision. Now, will you be with this brokerage forever?
That's hard to say.
Right, but you definitely want to be at least, a year or 2 once you get your foot, in the sand and you start kind of, but what I mean to say is the reason that I didn't interview more brokerages was because I had interviews set up. I was going to interview with other brokerages. I came in, I met with our CEO, which is Brian Forrest, and I felt that this was where I wanted to be because I felt that my values and my personality fit with the team.
Right.
That is the reason why I didn't interview with other brokerages. Otherwise, I had interviews lined up.
And that's the thing. When you know, you're going to know. So.
And I did. I called them back, or they were calling me. I called them back and said, I've made a decision. I appreciate your time, but I've found the one. And I think that's how it should feel. It should feel natural that way.
It should.
I don't think you should have to force it. I don't think if you think that this is the right brokerage for you, that you have to somehow find your way into it. I think really the brokerage is going to find you, in a sense. If that makes sense.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right.
So, not only with brokerages, I know that's the main.
That's the overall.
That's the overall, yes. But inside of different brokerages, there are teams. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the route that you choose to go. That's the route we chose to go. And I think that it's really beneficial, especially as a new agent, because teams provide a lot of resources that you as an individual are not going to be able to get on your own.
Exactly. So you have the option of either being a single agent, which will come with higher splits, and we'll get into that. You will make more money as a single agent.
But there's a higher startup cost.
Exactly. Or you can go on a team where your splits are most likely going to be smaller, but your startup costs are going to be
very minimal.
Very, very minimal. And you're going to have the resources, the training, and everything else that we're going to cover that you want to look for on a team or in a brokerage.
Yeah, so I would definitely say when you're looking either at a brokerage or a team, you want to look into what their activity and their training looks like on a weekly basis. Because this is a business where you need to be continually growing and learning. You can't just stay the same forever because real estate is always changing.
More, definitely. And other than really the courses that you take in order to become an agent, past that, there's no continuing education to tell you what day-to-day life of a realtor is actually like.
Well, and I think with our team, what's really great is literally and so we're able to share our experiences and learn and grow from them and adapt and overcome and become better.
Which is part of the training that is offered aside from, so the day-to-day experience is so much training. I mean, practice makes perfect, right?
Yes.
But you also have those courses that HERG in general, nationwide offers. You have the courses that, in our case, Keller Williams offers, that if I ever feel like I am lacking in contracts or I am lacking in how to help sellers, then I know that I can find a course to cover that gap, because I know that my brokerage and my team specifically offer amazing training. So that is definitely what you want to look out for as starting out as an agent, whether you decide to go the single route or the team route. And again, we highly advise that you go the team route, at least when you're starting off.
Yeah. And then we will also talk about mentorship and support. I feel like those kind of go hand in hand. You want to make sure either your broker or your team leader that you're interviewing with is actively involved in everything, that you can say, hey, I need help with this, and they're going to be there for you.
Most definitely. You want that sounding board, because you will have, every transaction is going to be very unique. Every transaction is different. No two clients are alike. With that being said, that's going to come with a lot of challenges from every direction and in every way, shape, or form. So you're going to have questions, and the randomest questions will come up, and you have to know that you have someone that you can go to with that random question who will be able to get back to you.
There have been times where I had a number of different things, which they may or may not have experience with. There may be situations you just don't know how to deal with, and you need to go to somebody for advice. Now, I'm not saying they've been through every situation, because quite frankly, you can be in the business for 20 years and still not encounter everything that there is to encounter. But knowing how to handle that and help walk you through that is going to be a major game changer.
Most definitely. And and just personally, I mean, it just makes you feel like you do have someone to go to, because if you, especially as a single agent, I assume, I have personally never been a single agent, but if you don't have that mentor to go to or that mentor to guide you, you can get lost very quickly and in a number of ways.
Yeah. No, and I will also say, as an individual, I've done both the individual and the team route. And one thing that you're going to heavily rely on is going to be your CRM, that's going to hold your database. You want to, when interviewing a broker, see what they offer. I know here at Keller Williams, we offer Command, and it's a great resource for agents. With our team, we use a different CRM. And so you want to use what's going to work for you, but check into the different things that they offer, because that's going to help you build your business.
Most definitely.
And be successful.
Your resources and your systems are your business, right? They allow you to schedule time to go show homes. They allow you to go on listing appointments. Otherwise, we'd be tied up day in and day out just on paperwork and admin work. Yes. And that is not a dollar productive activity.
No, and then especially when it comes to marketing, and having somebody that's going to help you behind the scenes, getting that ready, is a time saver.
Of course, it's going to, again, free you up for the activities that are actually going to lead to more appointments, to more closings, to more clients in general. So having those resources is also vital when interviewing a brokerage or interviewing a team. And then the leverage that comes with your training, with your mentorship, with being on a team.
All of that.
We personally have around 15 to 16 agents on our team, plus about 4 admin staff. And that is, I mean, that's...
And it just helps, because here's the thing. As an individual agent, you go out of town and your business kind of just stops. And the benefit, one of the greatest benefits to joining a team, I've seen in my experience even, I'm able to go out of town and I don't have to worry about what's happening to my listing, or if I need somebody to go show buyers. I message the team and say, hey, I'm out of town, who can help me? And I've got people who are willing to help out, because everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
And that's, again, the leverage that you get with being on a team. And it's not to say that you're going to completely shut down and not answer your calls or look at your computer.
As hard as I try,
you can't do that. You will always be, you're always working, right? If you want to stay successful, if you want to be successful, you're always going to be working.
Right.
But you're not going to be working as hard, and you're not going to be working on the things that someone else can do for you if you are on a team that provides that leverage, or if you do have a brokerage that provides that leverage.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest things that has convinced me that I have found my place on a team in the brokerage that I'm on. And then the camaraderie.
Yeah. I mean, we come into the office every day and there's a bunch of team members over here. And just being able to have such great conversations to help us grow, but also continuing to push us and motivate us to work harder, one of the biggest things.
And in reality, you're building a business.
Yes.
And most entrepreneurs, because that is what we are entrepreneurs, can get very lonely because you are going through this battle on your own. And it is so nice to be able to walk into an office where there's at least 4 or 5 other agents that are going through the same struggles day in and day out, that you can talk to, that can provide feedback, that can maybe find a solution that you were previously blinded to.
Right. Well, even if you're having a bad day or a bad week, you're not always going to be going through that alone. And so it's also helpful when you're just not feeling motivated, somebody else can come alongside you and say, hey, look, I'm in the same boat, let's get through this together.
Right. And just having those friendships as part of your business, and the people that, of course, they want to see you succeed, like you said, like they want to see you grow. So what better motivation for an entrepreneur than a group of other people that are trying to build their business the same way you are and are pushing you to be bigger, to do better. So I think I personally, and that's where I've found that being on a team and finding the right team that fits your values, that fits your personality, that understands where you are and where you want to go, that you don't want to stay where you are. And if you want to stay where you are, if you only want to deal 1 or 2 transactions a month, that's fine. There's a team or a brokerage that's going to understand that and that's going to support that level of activity.
Yeah.
But there's also teams and brokerages and it might be the same team that's going to support you if you want to do 10 plus transactions a month.
And I mean, that's what it comes down to. You just have to know what you want, and there is a broker or a team out there for you.
Yeah. So interview, make sure that you find the right one for you. Don't settle, because there is a good fit for you. It's just a matter of checking everyone out. Or if you find that it's the first one that you interview with, then
even better.
Yes, props to you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And comment below if you learned anything, if you want us to talk about a certain topic, or if you just want to provide some feedback. We'd love to chat with you about any questions you may have.
We'll see you next time. I don't like that.